Okay, this is me taking a rest. See how good I am at this? Okay. Yeah. Alright. I stumbled into church. I shouldn't be going. Yeah. I shouldn't even be talking. Whatever. I got there just in time. I picked up 4 candles, made veneration, and then went inside the church. Yeah. And then, sorry, I got distracted. And then, I was there early enough. They were still just chanting orthros and stuff, and so I saw the bishop, and I just stood there. What happened first? Oh, I remember. I recognized that he was doing like the morning prayers and that I was doing them with him, and I never knew that I knew them by heart. That was kind of funny. That was really nice, actually. It was a nice surprise. And then, let's see. I found finally time that I was ready to go up, so I was able to light the candles, the 4 of them. And I saw my choir director, and there were quite many more people, on the floor in the church, and there were set out different chairs that I had seen before in other sections, but I don't know if that's for the wedding or not. I'm not sure, but I'm saying that because there were more people congregating around the areas of all of the alcove where we sing, so I actually couldn't find a spot down on the floor around where I usually stand, so I went up to the 2nd tier, and my choir director said, move with her, motioning to me. She's saying to another woman, switch places with her, I can't see her, she's too short. Which I am. Because I'm sure that, like, when she looked up to see me, that my face was blocked by the music stand. Okay. So, I was disappointed that we didn't get to sing the doxology because the bishop was doing it. Because I love to sing that, and I was like, oh. So I was singing it in my head a lot. But, yeah, I was upset. So I wanted to sing that, but I didn't know that that was what he sang. Well, anyways, he has the most beautiful, smooth cadence to his voice. I love, even when he's speaking, he just speaks in a smooth and even way, and I love his accent. So anyways, let's see. Okay, yeah, then we started the amens and the Lord have mercies. Okay, and then, where were we? Gosh. There were 2 specific times, and I think there was a 3rd, but I didn't hear it myself personally. Oh golly. Don't text me. Sorry, not you. Whatever, anyways. I'm getting too distracted. There was a young lady who was standing to the right of me. Not directly to the right. There was another grown woman. But there was a young lady. She was like, I doubt she was more than 8. And I had sung with her before. But, Gravy, thanks for texting me. So, she was singing along. She was going along. And she was so cute. She was like all dressed up in little patent leathers and her little white tates and stuff. And then, the next thing you knew, little girl went down. Baby girl went down. So we're all like catching her and like bringing her back to the back tier, basically. And she had fainted, and I was closest to her head. So I'm the one who's like stroking her face and going, you're okay, honey, you're okay. And it took her like a little while. We were like patting her arms like up and down like this to like stimulate her to wake her up. And then she kept looking at me going, what happened? And I said, it's okay, honey. Sometimes people just need to rest. You just lay there. It's okay. And then the other lady told her, we're going to get your mom. She's coming to get your mom. So we wouldn't let her get up, I kept, stroking her face and just trying to calm her down. And she got this certain look in her eyes. And this is for my husband. Gershon, you remember when I fainted that one time and I thought you were like an angel or something that was pouring water on my head? And then when you came into focus to my eyes, I was like, oh, that's my husband. She had that same faraway look in her eyes, and I don't know if she was like seeing an angel or something or anything, but I wonder if that's just kind of the look that people get when they've sort of fell down and then come to or something. I don't know. So anyway, one choir member down. So we lost one choir member. And then, okay, so I'm going to talk about this 3 times. The first time that I ever had gone to hear the bishop, I think it was like a Friday night at a Vespers or a Matins, I don't know the difference anyway, so whatever it was. And that was the time, and I had mentioned that I had almost, bowed in frustration because when he was singing, I heard Hebrew in his, and I don't remember if it was English or Arabic, but it was one of the two, as a cantor singing, okay? And the part that I heard him singing was, it's a prayer called the Aleinu, which, maybe I'll put the translation in this. Well, there were distinctly 2 times I heard that, and I had to stop myself from bow prostrate because, and I don't know how, you might think it's weird that I'm saying bow and prostrate, because we dip, we bend our knees, and then we go over. So that's why I'm saying bend and prostrate. So then they happened at the one time it happened when he was singing in English, okay? He was singing in English, and he goes, "This is my body that is broken for you." And I'm hearing the Aleinu in my head, which makes complete sense at like a most sacred moment, right? And then the other one was when my priest sang again and again. And you can hear it if you're Jewish, Aleinu, again and again. Or the other time I hear it is when he goes, the doors, Aleinu. Yeah, so draw your own conclusions, people. Because, and now I'm trying not to make fun, but I'm telling you, one of my favorite, we got to sing like probably about 10 times today, because so just as much as I can draw something really sacred from it, I can draw something really silly and stupid, obnoxious, so please, forgive me. But, a mercy I give to you, where does it go? His mercy endureth forever and ever, alleluia. You know what I'm hearing in the back of my head? Oh, oh. Okay, now, if you have ever watched Wizard of Oz while listening to the wall, and you can tell me what song on the wall they're singing when they're going, oh, you win a prize. Okay, so, on to other things. I don't remember anything now after that. That was so silly. But anyways, what else happened that was wonderful? Oh, there was so much more sitting this time. What's with all that sitting business? So I thought it was probably going to take longer because, like I told you, my bishop sings really nice and slow. And I think maybe that because he does, that I kind of started slowing down because I'm used to, chanting Hebrew, and we just, and, we rush through our prayers because, well, there's just too many of them. But I started to do them like really slowly and thoughtfully. I think I like that better. But you know what it also did? It changed the way that I cross myself, because now I cross myself that slow too, which kind of isn't really a problem either. Oh, I remember. So then he was talking about, he'd given us like 2 stories. Oh, I really liked the Gospel today because it was St. John. I got to talk to Gamble about that. But it was just very simple. He was talking about the cross and how doing that protects you. But here was something strange. He had said something about that anytime you see it far off in the future, far off in the distance, and if you see the church, to cross yourself, and that it will bring a blessing to everybody around. And then he said that maybe people walking past will see the beauty and come in and be converted. Okay, anyway, I can go home now. Everything's done and said and gone. All right, so then he said that, And then he was talking about how, what's the word I'm trying to say? He just said, like, that basically to just be constant, that everything just has to do with Jesus, and that, like, just pay attention to Jesus. Don't worry about anything else. Just think about Jesus and you're fine. And that makes sense because that's actually something I was talking about with somebody else another time. But how many minutes have I got? 10. What else? What else? What else? Oh my gosh. This one. Okay. A new commandment I give to you. Yeah, that you would love one another. I know how to sing that now. Oh my gosh. I think I'm going to sing that all the time though. Yeah. Oh, and there were 2 Psalms, 115 and 117. I'm in love with singing those now. And they're different than the way that I learned to chant them, so that is nice. And I think that's everything. Oh, I forgot one. I don't remember when this was. I'm trying to remember if it was before they took communion or not. Might have been while, which by the way I did still see the light coming out of the cup again. When I looked, which sometimes I get scared to look at it, I'm like, I don't even want to know, because I know it's there. I was looking up at the very center portion with all the light streaming in. And that mercy and grace that like is that warmth that goes up my spine. Sorry all you 3HOers. But that was more intense than any Kundalini ever was. So sorry all you Sikhis. Yeah, it was more amazing and intense. Then it was over way too soon. It always happens. And then taking the music stands up into the balcony because we're going to go sing for the wedding. Okay. When I come back down, there's a lady who's speaking to my instructor, my director. And I can hear she's Russian. And she sees me behind her and she kind of turns and I greet her and she looks at me and she said, Ruski? And I said, da. And then she asked me something and I hung my head because I knew I didn't understand what she said. Because I only understand 2 things. Take out the garbage and do you want tea? Or vodka? And I said, niet. And so she laughed. And then I looked at her and she looked, her hair looked like Lena's. And then we kissed, 1, 2, 3. And there's something, I don't know how to explain this. If you've never kissed a Russian, you'll know. There's like this puff thing that we do when we kiss. I don't know. It's like, well, we do 3 sides, but that's not even the part of it. Is that there's like this little puff kiss thing. I don't know how to explain it. And I had been actually thinking about that, like the way that it feels on your cheek, because I was thinking about my Russian teacher, Zhenya, and her, when your memorial is coming up on the next Saturday. And so I was talking, her name is Maria, by the way, this new lady. We were talking. And she said she'd come back, and we were talking about music, and she speaks Russian and English and Arabic as well. And, oh my gosh, I think I made a new friend. She's really dear. I like her. So, there you go. See what happens when I take a shower and go to liturgy. I'm not fine. I feel horrible. I shouldn't be talking. I shouldn't be standing. I was the girl that should have fallen over today, but I didn't. So, alright, till the wedding. Then I'll have all kinds of other things to tell you, I'm sure. Somebody used to tell me to go lay down and be quiet now. Thank you, Miss Angela. Alright, see y'all later. Peace.